You've heard of the EU's tax haven blacklist, a list designed to shame countries that don't tax enough. But there's a far more dangerous list nobody talks about. The countries whose tax policies are so infernal you'll think you died and went to hell. Today, we're going through IMI's tax hell blacklist. These are countries that treat you like a cow they can milk aggressively. In 2025, however, you don't have to put up with it anymore. Where you choose to live and not to live will define how much of your wealth you keep over your lifetime. Because tax systems aren't neutral, they reflect a country's ideology, attitude towards success, and how much freedom you're allowed to have while a resident or citizen of that country. Let's start with Spain. More than 1 in 3 audits in Spain result in added assessments because tax agents receive performance based bonuses. Yes, that's right. Spain's tax authority rewards agents financially for uncovering additional taxable income. Incentivized taxation. This means the system is structurally built to assume you're guilty. When the person auditing you gets paid more if they find something wrong, guess what? They will find something wrong. France. France conducts roughly 50,000 business tax audits a year, one of the highest rates per capita in the developed world. The tax burden is heavy, yes, but the real danger is the rigidity of enforcement. If you succeed, the system assumes you owe more, and it's prepared to spend years proving it. Success in France is treated as suspicious, just as in Spain. Just take a look at their now routine vote on citizenship based taxation and additional wealth taxes. Recall that their wealth tax experiment in the 2010s failed miserably, and President Macron had to repeal it in 2017. It comes up in parliament year after year, and in 2025, it was rejected by just a single vote. What about next year? Brazil. Brazilian companies spend 1,500 hours or more per year on tax compliance, the highest in the world. Brazil has over 90 taxes across federal, state, and municipal levels, and the rules change constantly. Even if you want to comply, you can't. Not even the best tax lawyers are able to stay on top of this ever moving Byzantine system. When compliance is impossible, everyone is always in violation by design. India. India has over 4.7 million unresolved tax cases in the courts. Entrepreneurs lose years to disputes over interpretation. The tax system doesn't only tax income, it taxes your time. South Africa. It can take South Africans 12 to 18 months just to receive approval to move assets abroad legally. So the system doesn't just tax wealth, it traps it. And when your money can't leave, neither can you. Well, not without major sacrifice. The United States. The US is one of only 2 countries on earth that taxes citizens no matter where they live, earn, bank, or invest. And the other is Eritrea, a military dictatorship in East Africa that has little to no capacity to enforce its overseas tax policy. And in the US, if you try to renounce your citizenship, there's an exit tax waiting for you. One final big bite of your assets before they let you go. Canada. Canada's Income Tax Act is over 1.13 million words long. That's longer than the Bible, War and Peace, and Lord of the Rings combined. Complexity is, in and of itself, a form of taxation. If the rules are impossible to fully understand, either by those who they affect or those who wrote them in the first place, all enforcement becomes discretionary. Power shifts from citizens to the administrators. If they want to get you, they always can. Norway. Among the 400 richest Norwegians, 30% have already moved abroad, mostly to Switzerland. They've taken tens of billions in assets with them, and more are moving every single week. Norway doesn't just tax your income, it also taxes your savings every year. And if you're trying to leave this abusive relationship by moving abroad, they'll tax you again. Like in the US, one final big bite, taking 38% of the market value of everything you own. The result is predictable. Norway is hemorrhaging talent, job creators, innovation, and contrary to its goal, its own tax base, and it's not being replaced. The EU says low tax countries are non cooperative, but the real non cooperative jurisdictions are the ones that treat wealth as something to be controlled, limited, or punished. The good news is that it's never been easier to leave a bad tax relationship. If you have wealth, there are plenty of countries around the world that will welcome you and treat you right. We've organized more than 250 capital based residency and citizenship programs on imidaily.com. Find your new country that treats you not like a cow to be milked year after year, but like the entrepreneur, investor, or talented individual you are.